Welcome to Funimation 3DI Kids and Family Cartoon. Today, we're going on an exciting adventure to learn all about Venus, the planet that is often called Earth's twin, even though it's very different in many ways. Venus is the second planet from the Sun, and it shares many similarities with Earth, like its size and composition. But despite these similarities, Venus is a completely different world. It's hot, bright, and mysterious, with extreme conditions that make it one of the most interesting planets in our solar system. Let's discover what makes Venus so special, and why it's known as Earth's fiery twin. Let's start by talking about Venus's atmosphere. Venus has a thick atmosphere made mostly of carbon dioxide, a gas that traps heat. This thick atmosphere is like a giant blanket around the planet, keeping the heat from the sun trapped inside. In fact, Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system, even though it's not the closest planet to the Sun. The thick atmosphere creates a greenhouse effect that makes Venus unbearably hot. Temperatures can reach up to 900 degrees, 475 degrees, which is hotter than an oven. The greenhouse effect happens when gases like carbon dioxide trap heat from the Sun. On Earth, this effect is important because it keeps our planet warm enough for life. But on Venus, the greenhouse effect is out of control, making the planet way too hot for life as we know it. Imagine being in a giant greenhouse where the heat gets trapped inside. But on Venus, it's much worse. If you were standing on Venus, it would feel like you were inside a giant oven, with the heat pressing down on you from every direction. Now, let's talk about pressure on Venus. The pressure on Venus is about 90 times stronger than the pressure on Earth. That's like having a giant weight pressing down on you all the time. Imagine being deep under the ocean, where the pressure of the water feels heavy, and that's kind of what it's like on Venus. If you were standing on Venus, you'd feel like you were being squeezed by the weight of the atmosphere. It's one of the reasons why it's so hard for any spacecraft to land on Venus and survive for long. But there's more! Venus also has volcanoes, lots of them. There are over 1,600 volcanoes on Venus, and they're not like the volcanoes we have on Earth. The volcanoes on Venus are shield volcanoes, which means they're wide and flat instead of tall and pointy. These volcanoes don't erupt like the ones on Earth, but scientists think that some of them could still be active today. The lava from these volcanoes spreads out across the surface of the planet, making Venus even hotter and more dangerous. Venus also has no moons, and its surface is completely covered by thick clouds of sulfuric acid. These clouds reflect a lot of sunlight, making Venus one of the brightest objects in the night sky. When you look at Venus from Earth, it shines like a bright star, and that's why it's often called the morning star or evening star, because it's visible just before sunrise or just after sunset. But here's the thing, because Venus has such a thick, cloudy atmosphere, it's very hard for scientists to see what's happening on its surface. The clouds block our view, so we can't see the volcanoes or the craters on the planet's surface from Earth. Scientists have sent spacecraft to Venus to study its surface, but it's not easy to get close to this fiery planet. Venus is often called Earth's twin because it's similar in size and composition. Venus and Earth are both rocky planets with a similar mass and diameter, but that's where the similarities end. While Earth has oceans, forests, and a breathable atmosphere, Venus is a planet that is extremely hot, with no oceans or breathable air. Venus is like a fiery desert with no water or life, while Earth is a blue and green garden full of life. The conditions on Venus are so extreme that it's impossible for life to survive there as we know it. Now, let's talk about something interesting: how Venus moves. Venus has a very slow rotation, meaning it spins very slowly on its axis. A single day on Venus lasts about 59 Earth days, which means it takes almost 2 months for Venus to complete one full rotation. But here's the twist: Venus rotates in the opposite direction of most other planets, including Earth. So, if you were standing on Venus, you'd see the sun rise in the west and set in the east, which is the opposite of what we see here on Earth. Venus's year, or the time it takes to orbit the sun, is much shorter than its day. It only takes 88 Earth days for Venus to complete one orbit around the sun. So, While a day on Venus is almost 2 months long, a year on Venus is less than 3 months long. That makes Venus's year much shorter than Earth's year. Venus also has the most extreme weather in the solar system. The winds on Venus can reach speeds of up to 200 miles per hour. These winds are strong enough to move clouds of sulfuric acid across the planet, creating a very dangerous and inhospitable environment. The weather on Venus is always hot, dry, and stormy, making it one of the most extreme places in space. So, what's it like on Venus? If you were standing there, it would be incredibly hot, with the sun shining down on you at temperatures hotter than any oven you've ever used. You would feel the pressure pushing down on you from all sides, and you'd be surrounded by thick clouds made of acid. The sky would be a deep yellow, and you wouldn't be able to see very far because the clouds would block your view. You'd also be standing on a rocky, volcanic surface, with lava flowing and craters all around you. Venus is a planet that's both fascinating and dangerous. So, what did we learn today about Venus, Earth's fiery twin? Venus is a planet with extreme heat, pressure, and volcanoes. Its thick atmosphere traps heat, creating a greenhouse effect that makes it the hottest planet in our solar system. Venus is similar in size to Earth, but it's a completely different world, one that is fiery, rocky, and covered in thick clouds of acid. Even though Venus and Earth are called twins, their conditions are nothing alike. Venus is the second planet from the Sun and is one of the brightest objects in the sky. While Earth is full of life, Venus is a planet with extreme conditions that make it impossible for life to survive there. Venus is a world of mystery, with its fiery surface, strong winds, and volcanic activity. Thanks for joining me on this fiery journey to Venus. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible planet, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to Funimation 3D iKids and Family Cartoon for more fun space adventures. There's always more to learn about the amazing planets in our solar system. Keep exploring, and we'll see you next time.